Nessa girl, we're gonna call this the Iyanla Van Zant of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because everybody had family issues going on, love issues going on, and issues going on with they badass kids. Wanna talk about it? Here you go. Nessa girl, did you get into this last night's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Let me tell you something, baby. For one whole hour, them old Atlanta country bumpkins had it going on, honey. The episode opens up with Rasheeda, old beautiful ass, mixing and matching them AliExpress clothes with some Chanel so she could look high-end, low-end all together, because y'all know Rasheeda be tricking y'all, right? Rasheeda be getting them clothes off AliExpress and charging y'all $99 for a blouse. But you ain't heard the shit from me. And y'all think just because she got it on with a Chanel purse and the red bottom, that y'all ass gonna look rich and fabulous too. But that ain't how it go. When you got Zara money, you ain't gonna look as good as Rasheeda. But that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We talking about the episode. Rasheeda went on a date with her high-end, low-end, or whatever the case may be, and she was looking good and expensive with her high-end, low-end. And her and Kirk was sitting out there on the balcony at the hotel or whatever the case may be, paying homage to their first date. They was down to the Waffle House, and Rasheeda said she had to set us up for the alley-oop. Said, I'm thinking we so stressed out, everything going on, let's go on a ski trip. All right, so then we move on to some grown-ass conversation. We leave from this high-end, low-end, grown lady date and go to some low-end ass grown folks conversation with Sierra and Shooter. Sierra and Shooter is sitting down to the restaurant or whatever with the kids, and Sierra and Scooter is having this grown-ass conversation about how the kids do better when we together and we shouldn't be fighting and we should do this for the kids. I was very taken aback because I'm like, Sierra, why is you having this conversation in front of your children about your relationship with their daddy? It was just completely inappropriate. And Sierra said ever since her lawyer got her case dropped that she done being mad with Scooter not testifying for her. Let me tell you something. Scooter ass would have had to scoot the fuck up out my life here, now, and forever after he would not testify and potentially had my kids have to go to foster care because I was about to go to prison over his baby mama lying on me. Ain't no justification for it, and ain't no level of forgiveness that would have made me get over that shit as quickly as she did. His ass would have still been in the doghouse as far as I'm concerned. So then, Jock comes to his salon, and we see Shalonda. Hey, Shalonda, girl, with the shortcut. We hadn't seen Shalonda in a while. I come to find out, her and Jock had done fell out a little bit. But Jock said, bitch, my money's still in this place, so I'm going to stop by whatever I need to. And I guess Alexis Sky ain't had no car and couldn't meet him in the city, so she had to meet him somewhere closer, where an Uber pool could get her for $7 or whatever the case may be. So she met down at Jock's salon, and Jock began talking about putting together an event for sex trafficking. And lo and behold, Alexis Sky shares with us that she too was sex trafficked at some point. And she had put it up on Instagram, but she was apprehensive about talking about it because she got a lot of negative backlash. So I'm going to go ahead and jump forward really quickly. We get down to the event with Jock, and Jock and Kendra are sitting there, and they are sharing the stories with different sex trafficking victims, and Alexis walks in. Now listen, I was disappointed at how small the crowd was. I would have loved for them to have had a very well-attended event. And I don't know about y'all, but y'all have heard me talk about on my videos in the recent past about sex trafficking a lot because I am very fascinated by it. And I'm fascinated because in my mind, and the woman spoke to this, everybody thinks it looks like the white van and kidnapping, and it comes in so many different forms. And then Alexis gets on, and she begins to tell her story. She was a runaway at 15. The person took her phone. She was sold to the highest bidder, this, that, and the third. I want to say this, right? I'm going to first say, my heart goes out to Alexis or any young girl who had to endure what it is she endured. Nobody deserves to be trafficked humanly, okay? That's one chapter. We're going to close that chapter and turn the page because I now have a competing thought. My competing thought is the fact that I feel like, Alexis, the reason why it is very hard for people to receive you as a victim of this, despite that you've gone through it and you deserve all the compassion and sympathies that come along with it, is because in the present, sex is what you sell. The body, the titties, the sex appeal, the skimpy clothing, the running through industry dudes, the rapper dude, baby daddy, the ghetto in the streets fighting. It's like, and I don't know what somebody who's been traumatized sexually should look like or how they should act. And I do agree that it's relatively ignorant to say that somebody who's been through sex trauma should be dressed like a nun and act like a nun. But it is hard for people to reconcile that you've been through so much sexual trauma and then you operate in such a sexual way when you show up in the world. So to give you some insight as to why you receive so much negative backlash, it's like you landing low and spreading it wide all over Instagram, and then you're expecting reasonable people to expect that the attention that you garnered sexually was unwarranted. And again, I believe everything you say, and I feel bad for you, but it's kind of like you have to choose the manner by which you operate to achieve the type of receptance that you want from people. I'm gonna leave it alone because it can get deep, and I can already tell a lot of people are gonna be offended by what I'm saying, but it's just hard considering that everything you give is thought. Like your whole setup, even you making it to Love and Hip Hop, it's real thotty based, or whatever the case may be. Moving right along. Where was I? Rasheeda gets the girls together at the ski shop, and everybody talking about their family and how they having issues. And I promise you, this episode of Love and Hip Hop was filled with so many issues. Iyanla Van Zant should have moderated this damn shit. Fuck doing them interviews at home because of the COVID. Y'all should have had beloved Reverend Voodoo Mother Iyanla Van Zant doing interviews in between segments to kind of break down what the fuck was going on. Everybody reveals that they're going through something family-wise. So then we see this video about Sierra's daughter getting beat up, or whatever the case may be. And Carly meets up with Rasheeda and Mimi down at Frost Bistro, and they talking about it. Now listen, it is always sad when a child gets jumped by their friends or by their schoolmates, yet alone a grown person. But they always say it is three sides to every story. His side, her side, and the truth. Sierra and Paris and Rod sit down and talk about being jumped. Sierra, Paris, and Rod, they in the house. And you know, I found it funny that Sierra made it a point to say, now I know my daughter not perfect in this. Yada, 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 yada. And for Sierra to be the person who got jumped, I found it odd that Rod was chastising her, saying she needed to make better decisions. She got jumped, but why is it that she needed to make better decisions? And Sierra, you were saying she wasn't innocent. Well, what was her part in this? Because the word on the curb is your daughter Sierra got jumped because she was bullying that other girl. Now listen, I'm not a parent, but I've watched many of World Star Hip Hop videos to know it's a lot of parents out there that fight kids to protect their own. You know what I'm saying? And no tea, no shade. I don't know the size of the other girl. It was too much rumbling going on in that video for me to be able to ascertain who was the victim and who was the victim. But Sierra's daughter is a nice sized girl. I don't know if the girl was smaller than her or not. But if she was being bullied, if she was bullying that other girl to a certain degree, that mama was doing whatever she had to do to keep her daughter from being bullied. And we don't see many a video when black parents don't came in schools and said, and if you put your damn hand on my child, you gonna have to deal with me and I'ma kick your ass. We've seen those videos on World Star when mamas done came to the classroom and said that, and we've applauded them mothers. This mother just put some action to it. Now, I don't know the full story and I don't know what happened, but I'm just giving a plausible scenario because word on the curb was that Sierra's daughter was not innocent in all of this. And I'm going to say this. Common sense ain't common, but I got enough of them to know that that lady ain't come to the school and just jumped that girl for no damn reason. She didn't come to the school and jump on Sierra's daughter because she took a pencil. Now, let me say this. Under no circumstances is it right that she did that, and considering the fact that Sierra live in her building, she could have came and knocked on Sierra's door and they could have talked about it. But I'm just saying, what did Paris do to lend herself to getting jumped not only by the schoolgirls, but by the schoolgirl mamas? And we're going to move right on. Bambi and Scrappy set us up in that scene for her to be pregnant. She's talking about she had not ate the chicken and cooked. Black people, nah, baby, you didn't eat the chicken. You ate the dick. Like this. You ate it. You gobbled it up. Not the turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble. You ate the dick. You know what I'm saying? Girl, quiet as it's kept. Y'all gonna fuck around and both of your kids gonna be in the same damn class. What they call that? Irish twins? Cause the baby that you got ain't even 6, 7 months yet. And you pray go again. Nevertheless, we see what it is that y'all got going on. Talking about the ski trip. Now, let's talk about them babies you about to have. Rasheeda and Kirk, then they flip over to their scene and they talk about the stress that they going through. Now listen. Is it me? Oh, it seemed like Rasheeda and Kirk's entire existence is one big stress. I really know how it feels to be stressed out or stressed out. Y'all always stressed. First y'all stressed in y'all marriage, then y'all stressed by Jasmine, then Shirlene stressing y'all, now the kids stressing y'all. Y'all can't get a damn break. Kirk lets us know that Kirk Jr. got in trouble. The police wrote up some bogus charges on him having a sawed-off shotgun and attempt to distribute when all it is he had was a little bag of weed and his personal firearm on him. He did have a childhood record, but has not been in any trouble as an adult. And Kirk and Rasheeda feel as if the police have profiled him and took advantage of him having a record and over-embellished his charges. It's fucked up if they did do that, and my heart goes out to Kirk Jr. being in jail for this, and Kirk and Rasheeda having to go through this type of bullshit because it ain't right, especially in this racial climate. Folks is nervous about going to jail over this racism shit and these crooked ass cops, and I hope that y'all call Keisha Lance Bottoms and she get down to the bottom of it and get these dirty cops off our damn streets. What I like about this situation is that Rasheeda did take the time out to say, you know what, family comes first right now. And despite the fact that I'm the person who initiated this ski trip, I can't go because I need to be here with my family and handle some of my responsibilities down to the house. So the girls get on the damn ski bus. And is it me? Or baby, you just one big old shit starter. Sierra on the bus, you know, she crying her heart out about the situation. Carly and her lips in the back. I wonder if Carly packed any extra luggage for her lip. You know, some balms, a little Vaseline, a little Palmer's cocoa butter, a pumice stone, because I know them big ass shits get chapped and calloused up like a motherfucker. You know, a dildo to exercise on to keep them flexible and pliable. You know, some water to keep them hydrated. I mean, I know them lips come with its own set of luggage. But Sierra crying, and Carly makes a very valid point. You know, if my daughter was going through this bitch, I think I'd be home and not on the ski trip. But then again, Sierra been so stressed out with her court case and her children that she said, you know what, a little bit of skiing with my homegirls might not be all that bad. Then baby, throw her 2 cents in where you know you had to something for you to get on this bus with Carly. Why stir up this bullshit if you don't have to, baby? Like, especially considering the fact all the bullshit that you in the middle of with your mama and CC. Why stir up some shit with somebody else? Then Sierra gets the phone, a text message that Shekinah coming on the trip and Spice is not here for it. Now, is it me or did I miss something? I mean, I'm present on all the episodes. When the fuck did Spice and Shekinah find out? Somebody please drop down in the comments and fill me the fuck in the words of Craig David. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Then we get down to KK, Cheyenne and Scrappy. KK, you want messy old bitch if I ain't never seen one. Quiet as it's kept. You got big nerve to be mad with Cheyenne over a phone bill. I mean, listen. Well, first of all, what the fuck kind of ghetto shit y'all got going on around there that Cheyenne can't be on her own phone bill? Like, girl, we is not 16 no more. When you like, Grandma, you'll put this Nextel in your name and people say I ain't got credit and they want $400 down. Grandma ain't knowing none the better. Let's give you her social security number. At least mine did. Nevertheless, Cheyenne, for you supposed to be a realtor and got it going on, I mean, girl, you got all them titties. You mean to tell me you ain't got enough money to get you some phone bill? You got your hair curled and fixed all nice. I know that's $85 a week. You ain't got no money to get you a phone bill. Quiet as a cat, bitch. I'll go get me a goddamn Cricket, a Boost Mobile, or a Metro PCS Unlimited before I have to go get on somebody else's plan. Because if KK don't pay her bill, then your shit off. And I know too many ghetto people got 6 lines on their phone and one person don't pay their bill, now everybody phone off. Now y'all be like, how much could your bill possibly be, KK? Cheyenne, 100. Everybody phone bill is $100. Okay, you missed 2 months. KK paid it 200, maybe even 300. You ain't got the money to give that lady. And like KK say, she know you got the coin, but you being spiteful. But KK, here's the thing that get me right. It ain't no honor amongst thieves. As much money as you owe Saks Fifth Avenue, your ass went in there. You went to jail for damn near went to prison again for defrauding them people out their finances and out their shoes and whatnot. You got the nerve to be mad when somebody ain't pay you for services. Now you see how Saks Fifth Avenue feel. Nevertheless, you came in there and that girl about cussed your ass. So I believe, KK, Cheyenne about cussed you out, but you about overstepped your boundaries. You about overstepped your boundaries. See, y'all call each other family too damn quick for me. Cheyenne, that lady ain't mad for no reason. You talk to her any kind of way. KK overstepped her boundaries, and Cheyenne, you talked to her any kind of way. You add them titties, and I'm like, KK, I ain't finna let no bitch with all them big ass titties. You and your titties ain't gonna be disrespectful. You gonna pick a struggle. Both of y'all ain't gonna be serving me disrespect. And Cheyenne, your titties is very disrespectful in them confessionals. You need to cover them things up for you catch a cold or the COVID. I'm for real. KK, you too old to be that petty though. While you down there fussing with young girls, you supposed to be the old lady sitting under the tree, not down there fussing with the lady that got your son off of parole and got her name. Matter of fact, she got her credit and her name on the line for your son, bitch. You supposed to let that phone bill ride. Matter of fact, you supposed to pay it or get it from Scrappy. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Talk to me and I'll set you free. Nevertheless, y'all, that's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm going to get in here and call y'all today about some more, since it ain't no more shows to review. I'm going to call y'all about some current events and some things that's been on my mind. I hit you back, girl. Bang! And if you're on somebody's line, get off and get your Metro PCS with your stimulus money, you broke bitch.